Say this is our first stop. We had the opportunity to fly over on a helicopter and take a look at the damage, and it's devastating when you see it from the air, and it's devastating when you actually go out and see the damage that's been done to homes. But then when you start talking to people who've lost everything, you really understand what a tornado can do. This is not our first experience with a tornado. Fran and I lived through the Xenia tornado a number of years ago and had some friends who lost their homes, and we know how devastating it is to them. We just left a couple that had no basement, and they did what they should have done, which is they got into the bathtub, and the husband jumped on top of the family, and it really saved their life. And when you go into that house, there's nothing that's not been damaged except for that bathroom. We talked to another couple, and the wife persuaded the husband to actually go down, and they did have a basement, and she kept telling him, you need to go to the basement. Finally he listened. They went in the basement, and within a matter of seconds the house was basically gone. So these are the stories that you see. So I want to come here today just to express to people our sympathy. And we can't pretend to understand what they've been through, but we want to let them know that we care very, very much. I want to talk directly with the mayor, and I want to talk with the sheriff. Most of this damage, Mayor, I think was within the city of Celina.
That is correct.
Sheriff, you had some damage out in the county, but maybe if the mayor, if you'd like to talk with the mayor, then I'll be more happy to answer questions. But you want to just kind of tell them your assessment.
Certainly, and I know I spoke with several of you earlier this morning. Cleanup efforts are certainly ongoing right now. It's amazing to see what this community does. When things get their worst, that's when the best comes out in them. So I was very pleased with the governor coming up today so he could see firsthand what we are experiencing here. And I think that you have all been able to see things that has happened. You'll see more as it goes along with photos and pictures. But I think when you look at those 40 families in those homes where they are not habitable at this point, that is losing. But I also see the continued support throughout this community of folks coming together, the kids that are out there helping to pick up and clean up. We're seeing tremendous strides, and the city is currently out there hauling away the debris in the streets. We're trying to help them in every way that we can as well.
Great. Sheriff?
Well, we had about 15 homes that were damaged out in the county, not near the devastation that we have in Celina. And this is a great community. It'll recover.
Yes.
What the community gets to see now is everybody coming together in the community, all of the first responders. I was so proud last night to see EMS and fire and local law enforcement, the highway patrol and the sheriff's office, everybody pulling together to get people the help that they need. And I'm thrilled that we've got a governor that cared enough to come up and is reaching out and offering state resources for anything that we're going to need today or in the future with this. So thank you for coming.
If you want to see the resiliency of this community, just drive on. Some of these streets are blocked. You can't really see it. But I can tell you from driving on some of these streets, what you see is that people are in every house that has been hit. That people are working, and it's not just the family, but they've got a whole bunch of neighbors, a whole bunch of friends who have come in, and sometimes total strangers who have come in, and they're already hauling the stuff out to the street, stuff that is no good. And I know, Mayor, you guys are going to pick all this stuff up.
We've already started.
Yeah. So it's really a community coming together, and in a time of real tragedy. But it certainly brings out the best in people. And Mercer County has always been a county of families. It's a county of people helping people. So.
Governor, this is no slight to the rest of the state. I mean, I'm an Akron native, but this has to be at least a little bit different to you because this is home for you and the First Lady, the Miami Valley. What is this like, seeing this kind of devastation in your own community in the Miami Valley for this to happen here?
Well, this is very personal. Fran and I went through the Xenia tornado. We had friends who lost homes, friends who almost died in it. We were involved in cleaning up when I was a young assistant prosecutor, helping to clean up some of our friends' places. So we understand. Last night, we actually had gone back to Columbus. We spent the weekend at our home in Cedarville, but we went back last night because we had a granddaughter who had a graduation party. And then we started seeing the news, and of course we started talking to our kids who live on the same road that we do. And you know,
some have basements, some don't.
So, yeah, and so several of them went to
family.
In our own family.
Yes.
So we had one daughter who didn't have a basement. She went over to her sisters who did have a basement. So you know, every family goes through this, and yeah, it's you know, seeing this happen any place is you know, horrible thing to see, and this certainly is home to us.
What can the state do as far as resources go in assisting Mercer County and the other areas that have been
Yeah,
damaged?
look, we're going to do everything that we can. I've already talked to Vice President Pence today, who called me, who said, look, we're here to help. You have to do initial assessments that are done locally. A lot of what the state does is provide some coordination with state officials. So, for example, Highway Patrol was directly tied in with what the sheriff was doing and what the local police was doing, and the same way with Ohio Department of Transportation. Ohio Department of Transportation has been involved in other parts of the state, clearing some roads, doing things like that. So it's that coordination that, you know, is very, very important. As people start putting their lives back together, then we're going to see what you know, federal assistance might be available. I talked to Rob Portman, Senator Portman, a moment ago. So everyone's on the team. Everyone's pulling together. We're going to do absolutely everything that we can. But what you see in Mercer County is people getting up and just going back to work and dealing with their problems. And you know, we're here to try to help. But they're the ones who are here, and they're the ones who are making a difference, and God bless them. Anybody else?
Is there anything else we did not ask, Governor, or any of you that you want to mention?
What kind of resources are you offering up right now from the state?
Well, again, first thing we offer is coordination, Highway Patrol, particularly also in regard to the Ohio Department of Transportation. So they're already talking. Our emergency management people are all tied in with the county emergency people. So all this is we're a very local state. We kind of like it that way. But we also have the state available to give some assistance. So once the measurement of the damages is done locally, then that information, we will take that information to Washington to see whether or not there's any additional money that's available. I had the opportunity to talk with the Red Cross. Red Cross is out now, knocking on doors, and you know, they're kind of a triage to see what people need immediately. So a lot of people working together. You know, we don't have any magic wand as far as me coming in here, and I can't put these houses back together. But I wanted to come here because I felt as governor I wanted to tell the people of Mercer County, Celina, look, we care. We have some understanding of what you're going through. We're going to do absolutely anything that we can that you want us to do that we can do to be of help.
Any other folks you met this morning that you can share their stories?
Well, those two stories to me were just, you know, really, really phenomenal. You know, we met a lot of people, frankly, who we walked up to them and I said, is this your house? No, but I'm here to help. And so it's kind of that attitude,
Yes.
which is, I think, is just it's just typical Mercer County.
It
It's
is.
typical Celina.
It is.
And I guess the other message the mayor has, and I'll let him do it, but I'll paraphrase it, and that is, you know, this is a great community. Come visit Celina. Come visit Lake St. Mary's. Great place to be, right? Fun place.
Yes.
But if you're going to come and drive through and just look today, probably better stay home.
Yeah.
So,
Could you give us
they don't need that kind of help today, but.
Could you give us a sense of the rest of your day, Governor? Will you be,
Yeah.
it sounds like this might be your first stop and you'll
Yeah.
be elsewhere in the Dayton area?
First stop, we're a little behind, and because I wanted to go talk to people, but we're going to go from here. Goal is to go to into Trotwood. I think we'll be in Beaver Creek, and I hope also to be in North Dayton. Nan Whaley and I have been texting back and forth. She sent me some pictures. Said a lot of her damage was in North Dayton. So we hope to get to North Dayton as well. And so we're going to go directly from here, fly the helicopter back now to Dayton. That's our next stop. So, anybody else? Okay, thanks everybody.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Governor.
Governor.
Very good,
Thanks.
sir. Thank you.